Baby, this right here was too juicy for me to not even speak on it. That this shit is gonna be on motherfucking TV. And where the fact of the matter of this is, I'm here. That's what you get. This is why the probe is gonna do it. Shit, politicking is politicking. However which way you want to put it, politics is politics. But the beauty of this shit, when I said a long time ago, and a lot of people don't really understand, shit, people love their politics, but also somebody, when you really in politics, you gotta learn more or less. When it comes to your people, you gotta know how your own people operate. You gotta know how far your people will go and how you gonna teach them, to do things. Cause what you know and how you grow, this is how it's gonna go. And we gonna use TikTok, but people ain't gonna know how we actually operate this. They're not gonna figure out how the hell we did this shit unbeknownst to them. This person ain't gonna figure out that that's my kid. Somebody may have felt that somebody wasn't gonna ever fucking figure out that this was their kid. Somebody felt that somebody wasn't gonna figure out what it is because now somebody got to do all the fucking backpedaling because it's like, well, shit, the whole time, Ace of Swords. Yeah, this is the feds, but this is also this motherfucker that they use tarot or they practice in the closet because they know more often than not they gonna practice in the closet with the situation because if real people really knew what it is that they do, would you want to vote for them? Would you give them the vote? Would you want to give them the position? But shit, now I can see. Oh, it's like somebody like, well, I can actually reiterate this shit and make it work in my benefit. But even though I'm gonna be blind to the bullshit, it's not like you blind to a motherfucker. You are who you are. But shit, at the same time, you know what I'm saying? More often than not, crazy to fucking say, outside of fucking black people. Like I said, DeSantis said what he said. It is what it is. But this is also the opportunity for him to back up the shit that he was fucking saying. And this is like, let me use this as the prime example. So let's just say the dude that I dealt with, he gay. He was married. He was married before he even came along. He knew who I was before everything came in. It's secret codes, dialogues, and conversations that they will have to know how this shit is. Considering that his husband had to come into his job and correct him. So this is like, well, I'm doing this undercover and, she would never know that I was, working for the Fed and my dad got me this job. And his dad is the Joseph Gonzalez. But the thing of it is that was his pride kid. But with his kid of this situation, this is them trying to cover up the crime because I feel like this is his stepmom. But his real mom, of course, she's still working hotels and shit like that. And somebody was like, fuck, well, you should have fucking played nice, bitch, because I'm not the nicest fucking person in the world and I don't like motherfucking people playing with me. Like, you could play stupid, but like I said, I already had a goal over here. But the fact over here, do your shit. Do your big one, DeSantis. Do your shit, Rubios. Hurry the fuck up. That's what I do know. Because like I said, when it comes to this shit, but it's like the beauty of it is now they added in people using Seventh-day Adventist, Jehovah Witness, the Lutheran Church, the Christian Church, the non-denominational, because now this is like somebody like, what if I could do away with this part of this shit? And then, yeah, this is a PR move. It's a PR move. But this is like somebody, like, I'm hearing somebody, okay, this real smooth. If I'm telling you what it is, like somebody get really fucking confused. If you're going to be fucking confused about what I'm saying, that's why it makes logical sense to come in and have a conversation with a person because I know I speak in riddles. Most of the time, and 100% of the fucking time, the triggered motherfuckers, the dumb ones, they're going to feel like it's towards them. But somebody... Now they sitting here like if they was working underground and they was stealing money and doing shit and they was accustomed to stealing from people and trying to hide that shit in the church and do all this other shit and try to keep it low key like, oh, well, I'm a Fed. You a dirty fucking Fed at that. Aren't they already trying to do the probe to weed out all the dirty motherfuckers doing dirty shit? Thank you for doing what it is that you're doing. Thank you for using the system to look into somebody because it's a need to know and you're wondering why you're getting a particular error on a person right now when you go in to look in the fucking system. And the only reason why you're getting the error in that system You want to go ask questions. I'm hearing that's need to know and confidential, right? Somebody just now, even they could be a special agent, they could be a fed, and I'm hearing somebody telling me straight up, that's a need to know information, that's confidential. Somebody's gonna go in on Tuesday and they're gonna be sitting there trying to do something and they thought that they had some shit right there. It's gonna be your fucking key to know. Your ass is right in the fucking middle of the shit. And any and everybody that you got involved in this shit because somebody thought it was a perfect opportunity that they used their son to get involved in this and that motherfucker wild the fuck out. It's like giving a motherfucker a mile and they run the whole fucking world with that shit. They used to say, give them an inch, they run a yard type shit. But this is one of those, this is my protege because this is perfect for him because he's actually gay. But, are you able to go ahead and sleep with women and stuff like that so we can pull our agenda and stuff like that? Yeah, we low-key still have ties to like Obama and Biden's and stuff like that. So I got you, kid. Make your dad proud. This was a motherfucker trying to make his dad proud. Fuck the mama. So it make logical sense. But if it ain't nobody paying attention to what someone's saying and how they moving, you gonna miss what the fuck somebody's doing. I hadn't ever fucking missed what the fuck that motherfucker did. But it's just like, shit, I'll keep you in the podium. Oh, you know how to do that telepathy shit? Perfect. I love that. And then it's like, somebody be like, oh, well, what are we going to do? Somebody's name is Novak, Kozvac, Kovanak or something like that. But whatever it is that somebody could be doing, it's like, warning, warning, they're hot. Yeah, it's already done. Because somebody's last name is Dunn, D-U-N-N, okay? But also someone is done. Whoever this female police officer is, and you're a district attorney, you're a sheriff of a department, police or somebody, and you work with this fucking female and you allow this fucking female to hack into somebody's emails, bank accounts, or fuck with their phone, you're going to get charged. If you're a person that they can see that this person has talked to you, met with you, ate with you, you go to a church or something like that, they're going to tie you to this female. Because she's very adamant and very persistent. Somebody could be in their 30s. Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius fucking female or a Taurus female. They've been very persistent, very adamant. And somebody's name could be Adam, Adeline, Addison. You've been willing to help fucking Jocelyn, Janine, Geneva, Janice, or whoever this person is, Denise. You've been very fucking adamant to help this person and cover up certain shit. You made the wrong fucking move. If they got YouTube, tarot, they do something on TikTok, you made the worst fucking thing by going ahead and paying for these people to go viral. And shit, I don't give a fuck if they got 100K today. Shit, they gonna be sitting there on the news, sitting there talking about, what did I do? What did I do? No. You gotta take the fall, baby. Oh, we was getting ready to go to California. We was getting ready to go do this. Hey, it's politics, baby. You gotta know it's politics. If I got an agenda, and I'm the president or the governor or the mayor, shit. Yeah, I did some fuck shit. I was covering it up for once upon a time. What you said what it is for this crime? Because I ain't looking to motherfucking resign or nothing like that. You said who did what? Shit, I'd rather be a fucking seagull fucking mayor president than sitting there being laying up with a bitch that's going to flip me in the end. You know what I'm saying? And somebody in this situation, the S-stars was really thought they had a fucking pool in this shit. Some of these motherfuckers talking about that para la raza, por las mujeres. Somebody really thought that they was doing some shit. But now Federico, Julio, Josue, and them nigga, you fit to go ahead. You gonna go ahead and take that charge for a bitch that was willing to put you under. Wait, it gets better. Wait till you realize who she was fucking with on the low behind your back. That right there is gonna be the beauty of this shit. Oh, you didn't know they were fucking on the low? You thought it was something else, right? Oh, you thought they was really talking to somebody else? That wasn't what it is at all. Hey, you got your own reader. Go back to your reader who you go trust it from. Go back to that Virgo chick that's been telling you. Go back to that Pisces chick that birthday is in March or in September. Go back, talk to them. Go ask them when this shit happening. I thought they were accurate, right? I thought they were accurate, sir. Don't come over here with that cocky shit. Humberto or Gabriel. Go back over there with that Ariel and Uriel and shit like that. Go over there, baby. You at the wrong area. Wrong station. Click. But with this situation, Samuel or Sammy or whatever the fuck you want to call your name, go over there. Okay, I need you to go over there, Abel. Okay. But whatever this situation is, it's like, so you really was a fed this whole time? So like, are you a snitch or CI? Somebody ain't gonna give nobody enough fucking time to fucking discuss that shit. But it's like, oh, so you're the kid, like you wanted to keep these crimes covered up, but you allowing this dirty foot to do this for you? She a heroin head. This is like someone that got a bad habit by going ahead and allowing people with bad habits. This is like where I say in politicians, where they usually love to cover up the crime and they know their kids get bad habits with drugs and drinking, but they don't want nobody to know that shit, or they don't want them to know about their sexual orientations or their prowess and who they go along with. This is like, if this is a special agent, the one from Puerto Rico, right? The one I've been showing, right? Him having ties to the Carol, they from Brooklyn. But the thing of it is, his crimes go back 30 years. But it's a truth of a matter of a situation that he's been hiding from his mom and the rest of the fucking family about his other involvements that can literally put their fucking lives on the line. Now, it's an auntie that's been very suspicious, but it's like, nah, shit, I'm getting paid from it. I'm getting the money from it. Are you sure? Was that the logical thing to do? Somebody's name could be Michael, Misael or some shit like that. Misa, Jaleesa, Jessica, whoever. You got in the bed with the wrong motherfuckers and you collabed with the wrong motherfuckers. Thank you, Archangel Michael and Gabriel, for coming into this shit. Because whoever you could have did business with from that was born in 68 or 1972, or some crimes go all the way back to 1968 or 1972. So I'm getting somebody could be in their 50s and like right around the time they were 2 or something shit like that. They got involved in a situation, whether you knew about it or not. I'm getting somebody's dad either was in a World War or Vietnam. So it's like your grandparents. Your grandparent was either in Vietnam, World War II, or Korea. I'm talking to you. And somebody who you could have dated, dealt with, or whatever the case may be. Somebody's name could be Hayden, Caden, Katie, Haley, or some shit like that, or Heidi. So whatever it is that somebody felt that they was sitting all high and mighty, I'm hearing, I was feeling mighty low. You about to feel mighty low, Cecilia, Cecily, Chelsea, Casey, Cassidy, whatever, Mandela, Mandy, or whoever. Somebody is about to hand somebody ass on a silver platter, but this shit is Maribel or Marilyn or something like that. This shit is about to play in somebody's hand. Because what somebody did on the 4th or the 14th or April 14th, somebody did something 34 years old, or somebody could have a 34-year-old, 47 years old, or something like that. That shit is coming to the surface. Somebody is not going to be able to backtrack certain shit that they did, because a marriage of what somebody who is really fucking married, like I said, somebody is in a same-sex marriage. Somebody's going to be presenting that shit. I'm seeing somebody posting that shit either on like Twitter, Facebook, in a group or something like that. Like, no, we for real fucking married. And I'm seeing somebody looking at like, who is you? Why they with you? And when somebody figure out who they could have either like did a contract marriage or some shit like that, that's like, so somebody's in a same-sex marriage, right? There's only so many states that still do same-sex marriage, right? But it's like, do you know their real name? Is that their real name? This is like somebody that pulled that bullshit where on their birth certificate it's just their mama name. They made sure that their daddy name is not on there. That's how I knew somebody, that motherfucker was in some shit. Like, don't fucking play with me and bring me into your bullshit. That shit almost cost me my life. And you left me for dead. And then you gonna sit here and try to, oh, I'm gonna play like we, nah, motherfucker, we won't ever be fucking cool. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain. Shit, tell me the motherfucking truth. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. All right, cool, bet. It's too easy to let shit go. And these will be fucking people that be playing like, oh, you know, I'm mature, I can handle it. And then they do immature behaviors to back up what it is. This is how I knew I was dealing with a gay man. Gay men would take on feminine qualities, right? So unbeknownst to this person, me being able to reveal who they daddy is somebody like, damn, wasn't nobody supposed to know that. Because I remember asking this motherfucker, what's your mama's last name? And it's like, oh, okay. So this is who, you know, Spanish people get two last names. And to me sitting there putting the pieces together and I'm looking at their features. I was like, child, I'll be damned. So everything that I seen a long time ago, it made sense because I remember him having to go meet up with the black people, which was the people that were surrounding me to go ahead and get the extra piece. And it's like, nigga, and I'm seeing them like trying to punk his ass like, nigga, is you gay for sure? Are you for real? You sure you gay? And it's like, yeah, I'm gay, nigga. It was like, but it was him and I seen him in the dream. I seen Angel, so they was using both of those niggas to go ahead and get that. And then the last dude, Danny, they used his ass. And then when they realized, like, is y'all niggas gay for real? And it's like the other one's like, oh, I'm bisexual or whatever, or I just do it for some bullshit just to kill the steam if my bitch getting on my nerve and I want to do this. So somebody was like, okay, that's perfect, and they gave these motherfuckers about 50 bands apiece. They gave their ass 50 bands apiece to go ahead and keep doing this shit. Jersey, Philly, Connecticut, Massachusetts. They gave all these motherfuckers 50 bands apiece. It ain't no secret. These other ones, when I was talking about the LeBrons, the Vargases, all the McKenzie, Kiki, all of them, all the motherfuckers from the West Side, they gave them 50 bands again to keep this shit quiet. For some of them, they gave them about 15,000. So give or take, the people here at this leasing place, they got about 15 to 50,000. And each time that they did certain things, they could have got like 30,000 when it came to the neighbors and shit. But it was like, hey, she's not gonna ever put the connection to the shit that we did. I'm like, shit, are you sure? Gay face, bro. I love a challenge. This was so fucking stimulating. I was like, girl, ain't no way why you sit here doing this cleaning and shit like this. And I was like, that's the only reason why this nigga went in the background. Because I was like, it's cowardice shit and it's female shit, but it's a quality. But then it was like how he was trying to move. I was like, why you gotta pretend like it's very strategic? And then you gotta pretend like you trying to do like a mental game. And then it's like the people that they were sitting in, like, you know, when a man got a little sugar in his tank, no real man is stalking a woman. If they gonna come out like a heterosexual man, that love fucking women like he loved the hoo-ha, all this extra shit ain't gonna be in it. He getting to the point. These other motherfuckers, they gotta play mind games first. These are people that like to play mind games. But then these are people that expect that the people they play mind games with, they expect and hope for them to not be mentally strong, emotionally strong. They feel like, oh, we're gonna come in and play like, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize, let me tell you the truth type thing. And there's no real truth in it because they already can't, like, they're not, them telling you the truth is not going to sit there clear up what the shit that they did to you, right? And then this is also at the same time, it's like, for me, I knew before I went on ahead, and for him, it was just like, oh, so you're just already accustomed to it. So most of the time, people love to play the trauma in it. So I was just like, you still got a chance. You always been curious, but it was like, should I not? This person always rode the fence, but most of the time, just to keep your cover and not to blow it, I'm going to do this. This was no different than when I figured out that shit with Bilal and Emily. When that motherfucker fucked, when I say I fucked fucking Bilal's head up, he was just sitting there like, ain't no fucking way. Ever since that day, that motherfucker knew just to play that shit in the background. Unbeknownst to Emily, Emily had forgot her phone, and I'm sitting there like, what type of text messages? That's when I knew she was connected to some motherfuckers in the soccer league, in the baseball league, but it was like, one thing for sure, she just didn't realize she was telling me certain things, but I didn't ever, you know what I'm saying? Emily, like I tell her to her face, Emily is Emily. I'm not going to judge that girl. Well, I do have narcissistic personality disorder. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Just long as you make sure you keep up with your therapy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ever judge that girl. If you got that disability, you got that disability. And to me, that's just a disability because your brain is not connecting in particular ways. So I'm not, and if I did something wrong to her or try to make her feel less than shit, I'm sitting there causing more harm than good to the situation, right? But these are people that don't grasp that concept, but somebody could have got information or intel. It was just like, so who are they again? And what is what? Somebody could have at least get, okay. So whenever there was a particular meeting, somebody slid somebody some information about like, yeah, this is what it is. But it's like, you know the slick shit, like when you ain't nobody supposed to see something, but you letting them see it, but it's like they're not supposed to see it, and it's like I'm seeing somebody like, okay. So somebody had to figure out how to play some other type of shit or play around it. Doctors is going down, Veterans Affairs, but like I'm getting like somebody getting ready to set up a whole new, like I don't even feel like these people see it coming. Because somebody's going to watch these people at the Veterans Affairs. They're watching these people at these masonry lodges, these VFWs, these legions. They're watching these people at the coalitions. They're watching these people at the Catholic Foundations for Homeless programs. They're watching who are they very active. Like somebody been watching over the last 6 months about there's been people that they put in place to, you know, play as homeless people or parents with children and stuff like that. So the DCF, CPS, they watching all of that. So somebody that's been real fucking gun-ho over the last fucking 5 months about a certain case, Howard's attorneys, they've been watching where there is money and things like that meant to go to people. They watched all of that. Somebody could be from Mexico, so whoever could have been like doing a contract marriage from Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Guyana, Kenya, Nigeria, and South Africa in particularly, or from India. That right there leads to something very big, because for somebody, they have up to 46 to 52 dead people. For somebody, a 19-year-old, a 50-year-old, 46-year-old, somebody could be 52. So something is like riding back on somebody, especially if they have ties to a casino, a barbershop, a beauty salon, a smoke shop, or somebody could have made up like a different type of cafe where they can go, like, I'm hearing like adult swim. So where adults can go swim or adults can go do something. They done figured out the back ends or the back doors of that. And whatever it is that somebody did, something about allowing these kids to strip, or somebody could be a Leo or something like that. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius was a police officer covering up, like say if somebody got sick, overdose, or a drug, like it's like a teenager. Somebody could be literally be like 16, 14, between 14 and 16 years old. And then they're portraying as they 21 years old. And I feel like either they overdosed or something like that. Something about substance abuse. Somebody gave them something wrong. And whatever it is, or somebody slipped something in the drink. And whatever the fuck got slipped in the drink, it fell behind on somebody, and it's like, shit, can you cover this for us? Can you cover this shit for us? And it's like, motherfucker, you need to hurry up and fucking sober up. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, somebody is like, whatever the fuck this is getting a lot of fucking people caught up. And it's like, well, it's my son. I'm the one that taught him how to do this shit. Like, somebody could be a head of a department. Hold on. Somebody could be a head of a department or organization or an agency, and it's like, shit, I taught you better than this. I know you gotta, you know, go along or whatever the case may be, and you gotta make sure, like, because some people wouldn't be like, oh, that's a snitch, that's an informant, but it's like, nah, motherfucker, that they are our key and tool to get out of all the shit that we be getting into. Does stupid. They got this job around 2016, like they daddy does da-da-da-da, like a suburban kid that end up getting into some hood shit. This is no different than when I be talking about Courtney and Kiera. They were suburban kids. They wasn't on food stamps and welfare for a long ass time. They got to see a lot of this shit before their mama switched over and was able to make the fucking money. But before that shit, like, you gotta understand, suburban kids that they got fucking privilege and benefits. These are kids that got to go do ballet and go, you know, go do cheerleading, karate, go play sports and shit. They got, they parents made sure that shit happened. Even if their parents fucking divorced, their parents still made sure that they were able to do this. They were spoiled kids, but they'll play like they wasn't spoiled. And then these were kids that would just go do Ugg bug, hood bug shit, just to, you know, feel cool because they didn't want to feel different. Like, you know what I'm saying? When I see motherfuckers collecting certain shit, it's like, nah, y'all kids had a life. Like, it would be motherfuckers that will always try to do shit to impress me. It's like, motherfucker, ain't no need for you to impress me. Like, y'all motherfuckers y'all come from fucking money. Enjoy that shit. Don't sit here and stoop down to the level and come over here in this bullshit. And then when the shit really fucking hit the fan, don't fucking call me, motherfucker. Because once I got to already look around and I try to tell you before you do that, it's one of those, I'm not going to be the person to tell you so. That's what the fuck you get. Don't sit there and try to come down to a level of some shit where motherfuckers, they really live like that. They really get down like that. It be like that. And it's going to be like, damn, it got to be like that after all the shit I did for y'all. They don't give a fuck about that, motherfucker. They don't. All they know is that we will sit here helping you, you flip. This is like Tekashi 6ix9ine, where Tekashi got to sit here and move how the fuck he moving. And the only reason why he went on ahead and fuck with the, what's his name, Anuel's baby mama, because he felt that he could get the safety and security from the Dominicans so he could move how he was trying to move. No, sir. No, sir. There's certain shit you just don't motherfucking do. Don't get involved in hood fucking shit and then you fucking realize like this shit is fucking for real. Like motherfuckers know motherfuckers that eat your ass up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They gonna make you feel real motherfucking safe. But when they ready to go ahead and take your ass, they gonna take your ass and the setup is gonna be real motherfucking immaculate. You don't see it coming. But you fucking with that bitch that you thought it was you sitting there going out your way. I'm sorry, you for this nigga, you going out your way for that dick gonna switch your ass up, motherfucker. They already got paid. Especially if you left it alone and they didn't get your ass to come back here, nigga, it's a trap. You messing with casino girls, bottle girls, bartenders, hoes, escorts, strippers, or anything low in between. They do OnlyFans, Twitters, and shit like that, nigga, you gonna get flipped. You just don't see it coming because they know you thirsty for the attention. In it, not of it. Then if it's gang ties, it just depends. It just depends. Now, this is a father where you're stupid as fucking like, well, I can send my... You got to be careful about orientation. Everybody ain't going to play that shit. You got those kids to play on TikTok. Anybody know TikTok is a playground for poor motherfuckers, but actually TikTok was sit there to help people. Not take advantage of them, but y'all niggas right here, these niggas right here, they take advantage of y'all motherfuckers every day. People die every day, B, but that loyalty will sit there and kill you, or it'll make you or motherfucking break you, and this motherfucker is gonna kill you. Because somebody, you went on ahead and you got motherfuckers from the regalia involved. Brazil is one of the thirstiest motherfucking countries, and it depends on what part of the fucking country you come from. It's beautiful as shit if you know the right fucking people and have the right fucking protection. But if you don't, motherfuckers, they gonna gobble you up, spit you out, and you're not gonna be found. See, y'all will talk about Puerto Rico and you go to La Parla. Nah, that's lightweight if you go to motherfucking Brazil. That's lightweight if you go to fucking Portugal. That's lightweight depending on where you are in Europe. Russia ain't gonna play that, so ain't nobody fucking gonna come fucking looking for you. Cause Putin ain't fit to let nobody come in that bitch. That's his shit. Be fucking mindful when you get in bed with motherfuckers. But I could do this. Don't get too motherfucking cocky with it. Are we Hebrew Israelites? We're Moors. Motherfucker, we still got white policemen that run it, and you got an Uncle Ruckus that's willing to flip your ass because he don't want to lose his job or position. Confirmation. So overstand and understand it's politics, baby. Shit, if I got to give up another nigga just to go ahead and keep my position, shit, I want to be a house nigga too. Be mindful. Be mindful how you play this shit. Because when they go ahead, religion ain't got nothing to do with it. You think the religion, the church is going to help? No, the church is going to give you up. Because I ain't ever heard of no church coming in to go save and bail a motherfucker out. I ain't heard not one church ever in my motherfucking lifetime talking about they bailing a person out. Now, they might come together to go get a lawyer or something, especially if it's a justified cost for the church, possibly. Not really in Christianity, but, you know... Farrakhan stood up for his people. The Muslims will stand up for their people. More often than not, somebody be like, I'm a Moor, but I ain't ever seen a whole bunch of Moors come together to help their people to come out of jail. I ain't seen that yet. I mean, we used to have a fucking program called the NAACP, but shit, the money ain't been coming in how they felt it should be coming in, so they ain't really doing that. Shit, it ain't effective. Is it active right now, President Trump? Is the 1965 Act still active, or is it still off the table? I don't know. I don't know. Because if it isn't, I mean, whatever the fuck somebody hoping is going to protect them, it's not. So that means Alcatraz is very fucking legal. So if you are an immigrant lawyer and you are an immigrant, shit, depending on the politician or what the politicking type of shit is, you might go down with the motherfuckers who I'm looking for your ass to go along with. Oh, you was working with that church? Oh, that church? Oh, that's a white woman. She ain't finna take your side, bitch. Is you married to a white man or is you married to a white woman? And what type of white woman are you married to? Don't worry, I'll wait. Shit, everybody can talk shit about Candace Owens, but shit, that big ass, she ain't going nowhere. We talk about Jasmine Crockett all day, but she could stand on her own too. But shit, going to go as far as the depths and the lengths of using a psychologist or a psychiatrist and then try to backtrack as if you didn't experience or work with this person and then cover the tracks of doing illegal clinical researches without the person's permission. What thing is this? Oh, well, we got security, we got clearance from the politician. All they got to say is, no, I didn't. Do you got proof of it? Oh, my bad. Y'all been trying to delete the cookies, which is perfect. Because wherever the email communication is, y'all can't retract it. Because if you retract it, then that incriminates. And then it incriminates. Then it leads back to this CIA, FBI. You see how that shit goes? This shit is a sticky ass situation. And somebody do Tuesday. I told you Monday to Wednesday is going to be very, very prevalent. Judgment Day. Law and order. Court is in session. Or is it not? Origami shit. I learned that word from the Japanese. How to do origamis. Something about the origami something. Whoever Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo woman that is in this judicial system, try to strengthen the case to go ahead and make a false marriage or something like that, which is still going to get put away due to the simple fact you made a grave mistake. But what better than to like allow these people to take it? But then it's like the worst thing that somebody could do, you sitting here like you used a system and the people that you know, like, well, they part of our cybersecurity team, so we could do that. We're going to use Evelyn, and then we're going to use Shauna, Tamerlane, Tatiana, Tiana. Yeah, I got Juice over here. We got Carlston or Caston doing this. Yeah, the Caston people. Yeah, that's part of the Taylors and the Parheims and stuff like that. We're going to use their nephew. Like, his college should be paid for, but instead of us doing that, we're going to go ahead and, yeah, Austin P. TSU. I didn't want to go to a black university. See, you got us caught up all this shit for the money. Shit, most of the time for the crime, you just follow the money. Who got paid what? Okay, what was their price? Somebody been under fucking cover trying to figure out what was everybody's price. Like as if this was like Vice or some shit like that. Somebody figured out what everybody's fucking price is. That's how somebody was able to look at the Excel spreadsheet and figure out how the fuck they cook the books. Because somebody was like, she's thinking and speaking so erratically, but it's like, no, the thing of it is, she have a right to express herself of all the monstrosities, the erroneous, the most treacherous thing that y'all put her through. And y'all wouldn't be able to survive 1 second of anything that y'all put her through, that if y'all had to go through it, y'all wouldn't even be able to fucking survive it. And then try to break them, and it's like, oh, they're psychotic. They ain't psychotic. It was just somebody had to pretend and play like they didn't see what you're doing. Hey, I don't see nothing. I don't see nothing. Every time you're going to call that police or that sheriff, I don't see nothing. Fuck the paperwork. Run me my shit. Until it's like, what? Oh, you need me to stay away from the bitch shit? I don't even like bitches no way, but shit, I'll go ahead and do this. Run me my shit. Y'all paid me anyway. Y'all knew I was gay before I went to go mess with the bitch, so this was nothing new. For me, this was nothing new. Shit, if a motherfucker gonna cheat and every time you cheat and you catch them doing something, that's what it is. Oh, that's my baby mama. Da, 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 da. Okay, yeah, but she's stupid too. I was dumb once upon a time, but it's like shit. I try to calculate what it is that you would do, what's next. Whoever this other person is, it's like I'll be a high priestess. I'll use Avi. I'll use Evelyn. I'll use them. Yeah, they know Timothy. They know how to go ahead and use the people in the music industry. So Gregory knows how to do all this other stuff. Then we'll call Dakota and we'll call Ashley. We'll use we'll use the Evans to go ahead and do this for us. They don't know that they're tied to us, but it's like at the same time they'll take the credit for this shit that they're putting out. But at the same time, I'm realizing that shit, that motherfucker dope as shit. Shit, I am aspiring to do that, but shit, credit a bitch before you sitting there using somebody's shit. But then whoever this person that is part of the cybersecurity, the phone company and stuff like that, that's the source. The drugs is the drugs. So somebody's rehabilitation extraction team gonna have to happen effective immediately, because I thought you said none of this stuff would lead back to me. I thought you said it would never lead back to me. Of all this money, it's gonna lead back to me. Well, but what about Terrelyn? What about Tasha? What about Tersha? What about Rakisha? What about Janaya and Janaea and Tiara and Kiara? What about Carmelita and Camilla? What about all of them? They're not going to catch on to us, right? No, they caught on to all of that shit. So you mean to tell me Wilbur Hicks? Yeah, that motherfucker was part of this shit. Before he married you in 2017, he was part of the fucking crime scene. Shit, that's what the fuck we've been trying to prove to your stupid ass for a long time. But shit, I didn't realize how fucking dirty and racist I was with this shit too. But goddamn. Shit, I fell into the pulpit and shit. I didn't realize that, oh shit, y'all played into the trauma. So shit, why else would I not be in love with a man? Somebody knew they was in love with another man, and I know it ain't right, but we was gonna hide this shit from this bitch, and I was gonna scam on the other end. Somebody's birthday is September 18th, or between the 1st or the 18th of September, and it's like shit. Okay, so they family really did do this shit. Somebody's name is Reddington or some shit like that. Someone trying to pull the Reddington type shit. But it's like they wasn't going to know, because by the time on June 3rd, we supposed to had already had them committed or submitted to the psych ward between June 3rd and June 22nd. And it was going to cause them to have a psychotic break or keep them in their head about not knowing the truth about what we was going to do about something that we already had them accustomed to or a part of prior to 2017. They're not going to figure this shit out. They're not going to know that Johnny or, Patrick or Lisa, Leslie, Michelle, Luter and them and Anthony and all them, they're not going to know that they had that part, not the Parhams, but the Parhams were also playing a part in this, that we was already looking at Gregory Williams of Clarksville, Tennessee Church and stuff like that, Veterans Affair, to look into their records in 2019. They wasn't going to know that Veronica called Laura, who went to Niceville High School with her, that's out there. They're not going to know that I called, what was her name? Monisha. And then we went on ahead and called Cretia and all them. Larissa, which was James or the one dude that she always seen from the railroad tracks in Oklahoma. She wasn't going to know that all these people was involved in the background. What was the name? Miss Juanita, which her daughter's name was Kamisha, who was friends with Tiara and Tanisha, but Tanisha wasn't in daycare at that time, So all that shit right there plays into this major ass fucking crime. Tiara shit. Leon Thomas made the fucking song based off of either Kiara or Tiara. See, somebody was like, wait, holla, you tied in with all Leon Thomas. I know when it comes to fucking music and stuff like that, musically shit, them utilizing my daughters and shit like that, that was the control tactic. But somebody having to see how fucking far this shit go. Aceto, or whoever that last name is, Avicito or whatever. Y'all gonna have to fucking realize, like, oh, these motherfuckers is dirty, like real dirty, like nasty dirty. Like they'll go ahead and take this shit and make sure that they kill the kids type of dirty just to get the fucking money. And then they're going to make that shit look like, oh, we did give her the money, but they wasn't going to ever plan to give me the fucking money. But they knew how to do it because they was going to use Otis Thomas, his daughter Gia, and I forgot what the name his son is. Unbeknownst to him, Tasha was the meant to keep him fucking controlled and keep over his motherfucking head. They've been using this shit since fucking 1991. Carla had been part of this shit since she was born in 71. She'd been part of this shit for a long time. Georgetta Edo, she was born in 1955. So 1971. Carl Forrester, Quentin. Shit, that shit wasn't no coincidence to Marion. None of that shit was a coincidence. None of that shit was coincident with Jesse. Because really, if you wanted to know why I didn't know who my father was, Quentin was the Italian. These other motherfuckers, your daddy is Jesse. So who you thought was your motherfucking daddy wasn't your daddy. Your daddy is actually Uncle Jesse, who was a very firm person, an adamant person of the Black Panthers, who didn't get touched on or raped by that nigga, because that nigga did not mind knocking off nobody fucking head. See, Charleston, South Carolina, North Carolina, whichever fucking state it's in, be mindful. The Hadleys and shit like that. Shit, Rita, when have you taken care of yourself ever? Oh, well, that nigga was taking care of me. Well, I miss where Lisa, because she used to make sure my head, like, it seems like a codependent on what everybody else is doing, but what you're doing. Oh, Camilla was the one that handled my child support case when it came to Ayana Destiny. But they knew how to flip it, because in the situation, that motherfucker knew if I had to do a state DNA test, it would have had showed either the Martinez boy or him. But the thing of it is, I used a condom with that boy. Crazy word. Shit, if she's gonna be pregnant, shit, we gotta go ahead and eliminate the baby that she was pregnant from with Rangel Cabrera. We gonna make sure she abort that kid, and we're gonna make that nigga believe that she didn't. Come on now. They got the perfect fucking alibi for every fucking lie that they have, but who has it that y'all always seem to run into miraculously? Courtney and Kiara, isn't it? That part. It'd be that part for me. Oh shit, when the shit getting ready to hit the fan. Oh, how we go ahead and switch things around when it comes to Sharita? Okay, let me call Ray Ray. Shit, Ray Ray gonna know what to do. Shit, let me call Bobby Lee. Let me see. Shit, let me go ahead and go holler at Maggie real quick. You know what? Let me go take a ride. Bobby, when you going up there to Georgia? She'll use Bobby as a Georgia whenever he was going to go home. Well, shit, he a mama's boy anyway. And, you know, I be telling him he ain't no motherfucker. You've been using the fuck out of that man. When y'all couldn't kill me in fucking Hawaii and get away with it, you've been utilizing that situation ever since then. So every time Bobby cheat, you will cheat with anybody in his motherfucking command. And still to this day, it's some motherfuckers that he worked with, part of it he went to war with and everything. Sheila's still fucking on him. Bitch, is you jealous? Is you jealous? Somebody misconstrued how that video went because she was trying to justify. But I guarantee, if Sharita didn't, what kind of fucking mother gonna say some shit like that? That's a child. Y'all played on the fact that y'all knew that nigga had a mental illness. Y'all knew James had a fucking mental problem. Because I remember something when his uncle Shotgun, they call him Shotgun or Louis Parham, when he came in. Now, James, you know you got a wife now. You know you got to live right. You got to do certain things right. Now, where I fucked up, I should have asked him, what you mean by that? Because I was already suspicious, but it was like I didn't know at that time that you can get an annulment. But the thing of it is, it was like how he said it, it allowed me to know like it's something behind that. But instead of them saying some shit, you allow that shit to keep going. That's the type of shit that be pissing people off. And that's the type of shit where certain women will be having a right to stand on the law to use that shit as a battered woman syndrome case. That's how people end up losing their motherfucking kids. And then sometimes they be like, I gotta prove that they're crazy, they're psychotic. You can turn a slow bitch to psychotic, an uneducated motherfucker, a motherfucker that's accustomed to lying, and that they were naturally go ahead and sacrifice their body to get the attention of a man. I don't need it. I don't care for it. Should I actually care more about the fucking money than anything? I just got caught up in some situation. And as a woman, I have a duty to those children, right? And as that duty to those children, protect, guide, provide, and love on them and give them safety and security of, especially if you was a person that was not safe, you wasn't secure, you didn't have people doing that. I might have been timid, but I wasn't ever fucking scared. It was just shy that, hey, if I did speak up, am I going to get in trouble? Because they will make me feel like I got in trouble every time I speak up. And when I was speaking up, it was always the truth. Don't you ever motherfucking lie. It's only so many times from the time you're fucking 2 or 3 years old that you're going to take the abuse of getting your head beat between the motherfucking toilet and a fucking tub. I don't know how many times that bitch used to try to fucking drown me in the tub. I don't forget shit, especially not that shit that happened in Hawaii. I won't ever fucking forget. I'll play like I forgot, but I don't ever fucking forget. But somebody wanted to keep playing as if, oh, this was the plan to go ahead and do this shit and we could get away with it. But it's like, do you realize how much, when a person is really fucking traumatized, but shit, you don't become your fucking traumas and you don't allow it to become you? Most of the time, the people who's trying to fuck with you, it's going to put them in a frenzy because they don't understand it. How is it that you're able to handle that stress? How is it that why don't you just start asking the real fucking questions instead of pussyfooting around it? Maybe I could tell you versus you making an assumption of feeling like you know a person better than they know themselves. And these would be people that barely even know themselves because they still concerned about how will my mom see me? How will my dad see me? How will my family? You still fucking concerned about that shit? And you concerned how about the people you hang out with that sees you? You're a lame ass bitch. So you won't ever understand me. And then try to dictate and try to use textbook to try to dictate how a person will behave. And when that behavior doesn't occur, now what? You look stupid. So now to me, my common sense is not these people common sense. But common sense to me, considering that I come from the devil's den, hey, they're going to do some fucking fucked up shit. You want to see how it plans out? But first you got to play stupid and make sure that you play along so they don't know what it is that you're doing all the way fucking long. You got to play along because they need you to feel like you don't know what's going on. That's the key to any type of situation. If you're a true trust baby, you got to play along, go along, and act like you don't know what the fuck going on. That's the key. Survival of the fittest, right? It's called survival of the fittest. Apparently they ain't ever been in that type of situation, so they wouldn't get it. Right? Somebody born in 85, 81. They sitting here trying to figure out how the fuck I knew what you was doing from day one. It was no different than when I was dealing with Everett Gershon, okay? Irish. He was like, yeah, my dad had taught me about the moon, and when the moon does this, it was like, yeah. I'm like, nigga, you on that werewolf shit, so it's like, just pay attention. You on that golf emo shit, so more often than not, it made logical sense for you messing with the Asian bitch, but I'm gonna act like I care for a second. Let me see how the fuck your shit gonna pan out. No different when it came to Joseph Messer. It's like, oh, you got little weird kinks and shit, but I'm with it. You cool as shit. Okay, it was no difference than any nigga that is called you observe the nigga. You ain't gonna catch no interest for no reason. Don't insult my intelligence if you don't want me to insult yours. So you gotta know what you dealing with and what you working with when they coming at you. It's like, oh, you gonna play that game? I like video games too. I miss the Saga and the Nintendo. Shit, I remember I had a PS1 and a PS2, but shit, you want to do what it is that you do? Game face, bro. Your kids tend to show you exactly what your personality types are. Especially if you feel like, if you ever been under hypnosis or a person trying to do things with your brain and you actually have children, whether you created them or you give birth to them. Your children, if you allow them safety and security and you're showing them love, your children will show you every fucking capacity that you have. Singing, writing, art, music, style, sexual things, gaming, into everything you need to know your children show you. Mom, I saw this type of color. They'll also even allow you to remember certain traumas. If you got sexualized or abused or got raped or something like that, a kid will sit there and do, even if it don't happen to them, because you be like, my kid is with me 24/7 of the day. You know what I'm saying? How the fuck would they know about a vagina? Or how would they know about a boob? Or to say these certain things, it's to bring back to your attention, like especially if you're going through particular parts of things with your brain or your psyche or emotionals or behavior, your kids will trigger to you because you'll be like, damn, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with me. Your kids are showing you. Whether they're talking to you about death, whether they're talking to you like, yeah, boobs, babes come out of mom's cooch. And you be like, what productive kid to say that? It's not a pure coincidence. You're dealing with some shit and you need to fucking snap out of it, right? For the safety of the kid, right? But it's also the kid showing you exactly where the trauma is. But y'all motherfuckers don't pay attention to that shit. But that's for the intellectual or the people with PhDs or DSM qualified or people that are part of law or legal team. They should know this shit, but more often than not, they know how to abuse that shit and manipulate persons, people or persons on this shit. Somebody been doing this shit since 2000, 2006, 2000, 2004, 2007. They've been doing this shit. Somebody born in 1966, 1960, 64, 67, or 66. Somebody used this same shit to put people into systems in 2015. Military, if you were military property and you had certain capabilities, the darkest mind is basically based off of fucking adults. It's just certain adults don't know that they have certain things going on with them. And if you don't know, of course, it's easy to go ahead and keep playing along. If someone don't know, somebody born in 63, somebody born in 1948, 1941, they're still alive. 1947, heavily on this 1948, 68, or somebody could have been born or part of a presidency that's born in those year eras. They know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about shit that is supposed to be confidential, that no one's supposed to be known, and it's not released in public. It's not public knowledge. For some of it, it's basic information, but it's not fully out yet. It's not a conspiracy. It's not a theory or nothing. It's factual. But if everybody knew, like, now you run into a whole different type of situation. This is also the same thing where communication is coming in like, wait a minute, so you mean now the FBI have a reason to put, this is like where I said a long time ago, somebody set back the whole LGBT community, a whole fucking, you set them back 30 years because of this bullshit right here. So you mean to tell me that people been fighting to do somebody that's 53 years old, 52 or something like that, their birthday was on the 17th, the 2nd, the 5th, the 3rd, or the 8th. Whatever this person part of the LGBT community just fucking did, you set the fucking community back a lot. But it's working to a benefit. Somebody's birthday is March 17th or March 17th situation set up a whole group of people back. Somebody's birthday is in March, June, and September. It set a lot of fucking people back, but for somebody, it's either they set it back or they end up setting a situation where this shit is going to put some motherfucking people back in order. Because somebody was adamant on trying to prove somebody having a mental disorder or some shit like that. And it don't even work like that. Like, it's a necessary evil for anything. If you don't know anything about strategy, business, and shit like that, you got involved into the wrong type of fucking business. And then you sitting here trying to cover this shit up. Whoever was born in 1984, 1961, 1970, 71, 74, 76, 78. And then it's like, shit, did you already get enough about what the hell happened to your fucking family? Clean on the inside, cold on the outside type shit. Something about the music industry. Texas again. So you was willing to go ahead and jeopardize everything that you worked for, your empire and stuff like that. Shit, I'm getting like, I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me. This motherfucker looking back like, shit, I knew this shit was going to happen eventually. Somebody knew this shit was going to happen eventually. Like, why would you even try to go play along with these motherfuckers for this shit? This also, I ain't no fucking Blanco, but hey, oh, you didn't know about that part though. That's why it's called politics. But if you don't know the full instance of everything, because shit, I'm gonna be the first person, somebody coming my way like, hey, how they talking, how that conversation is going, is something else behind it. What you not telling me? Somebody realizing like at first it was like, shit, that's great. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now that part is like, I feel like somebody not telling me nothing, but it's like, nah, I'm pretty sure because I've been doing business with this person. Somebody been doing business with Dylan for a long ass time. Right? But shit, we've been doing business with them since, 85. Yeah, but this is a new timeline. 2016, you should have asked that question then versus trying to ask that shit right now. And somebody's like, God damn, I ain't see this shit coming. Also, 50 Cent is seeing what Takia Kemp talk about. Like, shit. Oh, that's what this shit is. Somebody seeing something real big and loud and clear right now. But somebody couldn't call me talking about, oh, she getting informant, she getting this information. Somebody got that security clearance. Like, yeah, this is the person, our 1990s person. That's her. We just didn't. We've been on the hunt for them. So they've been concealing them under this alias. That's them. Because somebody been testing some type of theory and whatever the fuck they tested, it's like, yeah, that's them. The proof is in the pudding. Can't nobody sit here talking about, oh, she's still in this. Nope, I ain't no thief. That's what you not gonna do. That's what you not gonna do. No, boo-boo. Because shit, they was already on the radar when the Luis Alejandro Ponce used him and the wife or the baby mama he was with to do the shit that he did, the dimwit. Shit, that was already put in Panama, Belize, Costa Rican motherfuckers, Argentinians. He basically, and I doubt anybody was Salvadorian or Guatemalan doing business with him, because if they was, you was stupid as fuck to do business with them. The Camacho, Ponce, Norse motherfucker, or the Hudsons, if you did business with them, bad juju. Bad juju. You did some business with somebody with 88, 37, 73. That was bad juju from the jump, baby. Somebody was like, God damn. Shit, most of the time, more often than not, Navy motherfuckers be motherfuckers that's be willing to do some crazy off the wall shit. You just gotta listen. And Linda gonna sit there and learn a valuable lesson like, God damn, I didn't know it was this shit. Now you know. Somebody gonna witness some shit because it's like, I knew I shouldn't have took that. I knew I shouldn't have read for them. You read for them. Now it's sitting here, why is these people at my door? Why did... Some people, I'm getting a whole bunch of RIPs. I'm getting a whole bunch of, but I didn't know it. No, you should have fucking known. I thought you was high priestess. I thought you could be reading. I thought you could do such and such an XYZ shit. I'm really sitting here like throwing the motherfucking cards is not necessary, but it's just like the stimulation of where the brain is fucking going to overstand and understand at the same time. Something with the name Overton. But when you got to realize at the same time when you getting involved in certain shit, because I'm getting like somebody that do, pavement companies and stuff like that, which is usually paid by the state. Whether you know it or not, shit, figure out who's the person, who's the manager, supervisor over that one, what company is used, what they're getting paid from it. That shit right there allow you to know and who's along that shit, where they came from or whatever. Because more often than not, more migrants or people that do certain things, Medicaid will come to them. They can help them with stays and home and benefits and shit like that. But unbeknownst to them, depending on where they come from, where I make it very clear where there's more benefits for them if they build it correctly. But of course, who's going to want to tell them? Who's going to want to take out, like, you need to learn English when you come to America type shit. But it's like, some people used to take the offense of people using the kids to learn the English and then they work through them type shit. And then some of them kids, eventually as they get older, they grow resentment because it's like, damn, mom, we've been here for 20, 30 years. You still don't want to learn English and no, shit like that. But that shit right there be playing major, major, major factors and situations. But however, like I said, Politics is politics. You get involved and got in bed with some shit, and then somebody realizing at the same time, when it comes to me, the insurance policies, my children, it's a necessary evil to somebody else. You know, as all this shit get ready to take off, it's like she was part of the Illuminati. No, you don't get to choose and pick if you were born into it, but you do get to pick and choose. Are you a participant of it? Most people want to be participant of it, or they feel like it is, because once you're born into it, it's just on you, it's in you, that's just what it is. Or you're basically part of the royal line. Now the thing of it is, you know, you'll get some people who want to knock your ass off. You'll get it just get real sticky. Are you the illegitimate? For me, I will be the illegitimate, because shit, out of all of the bright skin, light skin, shit, Obama is the mixed skinned it. You know, Kamala would have been the next mixed skinned it. But now what happens when you got a black skinned it motherfucker? And it's like you're actually to that. You are that, but it's just you become the darker one of that situation. What happens then? But then what happens to those people who got to answer their questions? Because when the Italians come in, I'm getting, somebody is literally taking everything that I said, and it's like, oh, this bitch really did do that. Marion and who she married with, when I want to say she either moved to New York or they was getting ready to go to Italy. That shit was no fucking coincidence. Georgetta thought she was going to take that shit to the grave. It was shit that Sheila and Carla thought they was going to take to the grave. Patrick swore up and down it was some shit he was going to take to the grave. Michelle Lisa, she thought she was going to take that shit to the grave. Where Anthony at? Is he alive or is he not? Okay, you got Johnny. Johnny, you still gonna do this shit? You gonna funnel the money and stuff like that? You gonna keep using Keitra? Well, shit, you got Angela under control. Okay, does Johnny know? Does Johnny know? Okay, like all this shit plays major fucking factors. Hey, does your military people or the crew that you've been working with, because you got married to Bobby Wynn, and there's a picture of y'all getting married at, you know, at your reception and shit like that? But does anybody know how that shit? Oh, well, me and Ray go all the way back to Hawaii. Okay, Derek Ray go back to Hawaii. I remember that. But I don't remember him fully. But I do remember it was a lady that did take care of me. She went missing. But the lady that did take care of me, unbeknownst to her daughter, and I'm sitting there looking at her mom, I was like, damn, she looked familiar, but I know she got a sister. And I'm sitting there paying attention. I was like, a lot of these motherfuckers don't realize that I remember them. I might not remember a name, but faces, you don't tend to forget that. It was a dude that had a tattoo that was tatted on him that said, fuck the world. I remember I got my ass beat like a motherfucker. We was in Fort Campbell, and I drew that shit on the wall by memory, like exactly to the T of how his tattoo said it. But where his tattoo was, because she was like, I'm gonna beat your ass, and she had to hurry up and go get some paint, because I feel like that tattoo would have alerted Bobby to know back then that she did some shit that she ain't had no business, which would affect for him to not have did the business or took this shit as far as he did currently. So that's why when some of these motherfuckers that got involved, Brandon Pollard and all of them, it's just like, either y'all was real stupid or y'all was just stupid. Because y'all went on here and got in bed with this bitch. I mean, Carmelita shit. I expected it. It wasn't going to disappoint shit. When the streets raise you, shit, the streets raise you. You going to do some shit that the streets going to call you to do. Shit, she need the money. You got to deal with the shit. You got to suck that shit up. It's money, right? To her, it's about the money. Fuck all the rest of the shit. It's the money. Oh, girl, I'm going to play with her. You know when a person fake laughing with you over the years, the only person I can protect is me. Having trust in a man, never. A woman, not ever. A woman will do you dirtier quicker than a man would. But you just got to know how a man coming. But the worst thing of it is for him to try to play cool with you and then fuck you over. Those be the worst motherfuckers. Because those will be the motherfuckers that do the sneak attack to kill your ass. That's for sure. That's why it's like, all right, nigga, I can keep you at bay and I can sit here and run this shit. That's why I was like, it's either some cameras in this shit, they trafficking, or they still trying to keep control over a situation. And that's when I was at that hotel at the Days Inn off of OBT. That's when I knew some shit. And it was like the people who would come around me, it was like, shit, these would be people that wouldn't get conversation, but shit, make the best of the situation while you're here. If you alert any of these fucking people of anything that you got going on, Sharita, you know it's going to get real fucking sticky at that time. So, of course, you got to play stupid when you win it. When you in that situation, you got to play stupid. All right, where is he taking you? All right, where is he excited to just to see you fucking smiling? And it's like, okay. What's wrong with you? You got an attitude. I ain't got no motherfucking attitude, nigga. You just doing some dirty shit, but I'm gonna play along with it. Shit, if you around and you feeding me shit, I'm hungry. I gotta eat. Some motherfuckers sit there and like they learn when it's like it's already too late, but it's just like shit. Just go back and see who the fuck the person is that's in Puerto Rico that's running the FBI. Because when you did your shit, they knew that I knew by then because that's when the aggression had started. And then when I got here and I had tried to report this shit again because I was like, nah, this shit ain't for to go down like that. That's when it got aggressive. But then it was like, if he's willing to do this shit when I left the first time, it's going to get pettier. But then the moment that it's like, when they pretend like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this and this, like motherfucking shit, let's do this. Like I'm the type of bitch, fuck all that shit. If we're gonna do it, don't tease me with a good time. Then he pulled, I'm gonna call the police. See, I'm gonna call the police. All right, cool. That right there that's all I had needed. Like, can I come through? Yeah, go ahead, come through. Oh, you send me that video, you know you can go to jail for that, right? But I ain't got time for none of that bullshit. But the fact that you're doing that and other motherfuckers you got hacking my shit and screen recording this shit or whoever you got involved with around January 18th, Chris West and all these motherfuckers, it was, all that shit was no fucking coincidence. Because every time that they made it their business to try to be around me and record that shit, I was like, yeah. Then when I went to his page and the social media, it told me everything. I was like, okay. Like, yeah, I'm a top. I was like, okay, so you got some jail time on you. The car that you driving, Cadillac. All right, so that's pimping on the low. You know, most pimps, they love fucking Cadillacs for some fucking odd reason. Depending on the flash, depending on, it's like, really just pay attention to your environment. January 18th is when we was just like chilling or whatever. He went to go give me my food, but it's like where he took me to go get the food, I was just like, why over here? But then it was just like, pay attention, like, more or less, it ain't paying attention to that person. It's about paying attention to the surroundings. Who's coming in, who's coming out, right? But once I start paying attention to that shit, that's when I was like, damn, this nigga is a setup king. Like, motherfucker, but it's like, is you a fed nigga or what is it? And then it's like the more disrespectful he would get, it was just like, more or less, it was just like, shit, okay, you did this shit around my birthday. You did this shit about, about Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, my birthday. What was it? I didn't talk to him in February. You came around in March. So I was just like, yeah, this is a grimy ass motherfucker. That's when it was just like, but I'm going to let you know how I feel. Like, you fucked up. That is flawed as shit. But it's like, you got to do what you got to do. But then when I already knew that there was money coming to me, and it was like he came around. I could tell that he came around when the money came because I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, if he got on something new, I know he stole something. And lo and behold, he had on some new shoes. And then it was like, I need to go take something to the storage, which I really did need it to. But it was like at the same time, he loved to keep certain shit in the trunk, backseat and shit like that. And if it was brand new, I knew he got money from something. And I was like, yeah. And then if he asked about my kids, that shit right there was enough. I was like, yeah, it's cool. That's why I was like, I just chopped that shit up to what it was. It is what it is. That shit was fake. It was nothing but, it was sex. But you just got to know how people coming at you and what they're trying to do. Also, you know what I'm saying? It ain't ever really about fucking love whenever it comes to certain situations. And then it was like, when the shit happened around April or May, that's when I knew it was like, ain't no love in this shit. I was like, this be a motherfucker to try to prove their point either for family, love, money, or for that dick. So it's just like, it is what it is. Because it'll show more or less who's stalking you, who's harassing you, who's trying to leave comments, who's reporting your content. More or less, you just push the button, it can tell you who's all viewing your shit. And that right there was telling me everything. Or people you may know. That would be like once upon a time if you had like it connected to your Facebook, Instagram. Those are the people who are on those pages. And those people on that page, those are the ones who stalking you and harassing you. So I knew who were the stalkers. I knew it was like, they're on to us. No, you're just stupid. I wouldn't get myself involved in some shit if I knew there's a chance and possibility that I will get, traced back to this. So for around February, that's when I noticed that I was running to the issues of trying to pay for certain shit, get certain things, delay, putting the poison in my food and shit like that. Anywhere I moved, it was always Orange County Sheriff or Osceola. If it wasn't them, it was the Highway Patrol. But it's usually just how it works. But also, if you're being sex trafficked, shit, they asses be more involved in it than you know. You just know who the criminals have in their pocket, more or less. More or less, you'll know who the allies are. Restaurant, down to the restaurants, down to the food, down to who they will pay to come say, is that who you saw? You'll know who's the informants. You know who the snitches are. You gonna know everything. It ain't no fucking secret to it, but more often than not, they need you to feel like they're never gonna help me. No one's gonna love me. Like, motherfucker, you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, of course, you're going to fall victim to that depression, the grief and shit like that. But when you're in survival mode, shit, you can't worry about grieving shit. Grieve that shit later. You might have your little moments when you trying to decompress for a quick moment. You'll cry for a little bit. But shit, pick your bitch ass self back up. And don't let that shit to sit there and fucking take you at all. Because the moment they feel like they got your ass in a vulnerable, weak state, that's when they ready to motherfucking for real attack. And more often than not, it be motherfuckers that feel like that they know you like, yeah, well, we was attacking them for 21 years, and when they get like this and this and this and this, it's like, yeah, but eventually, if you're smart enough and you know the behavior and the patterns, is it consistent or inconsistent? And the only thing consistent in my motherfucking world has been hate, envy, jealousy, thievery, blockages, obstacles, and fucking challenges. That shit is guaranteed. Love has never been fucking guaranteed, so why would I be concerned about love, interest, or situation? Them motherfuckers either here for money or fucking. It ain't ever nothing other than that, so being involved emotionally is not really fucking required. You just need to know how the fuck they coming. But when you know it's not on your own accord, it's rape. It's rape. There's no other way that you can put it. It's rape. So even though it's like, well, you're consenting to it, would you consent to it if it's your life on the line? If your life is on the line, are you consenting to it? Not necessarily, but you got to do what you have to do to survive through the shit. Unless you just want to be a Jane Doe or a dead bitch, by all means, be my guest. I'm fighting to motherfucking live, even though I'm living to motherfucking die. But it's not on my own accord because somebody want to pay for this shit because they want something that don't belong to them that actually belong to me. So they need you to feel like you're nobody. They need you to feel like love ain't there. They need you to have no hope and be a drug addict. They need you strung out. They need you to be an alcoholic. They need you to sit there and be depressed like shit. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be confident shit. I might got juicy today, but goddamn. I know I'm surrounded at this time and it ain't like I'm motherfucking scared, but shit. Option choices and decisions, it's gonna fuck you up a little bit, but shit, you gotta figure out if you're gonna eat today, bitches. Guarantee you're gonna be swallowing some spit today. You might swallow some motherfucking sperm today, but shit, I mean, if you're a woman and you like sperm, I mean, shit, food is food. You gotta eat, right? Like, these are people that wouldn't ever fucking, they couldn't wrap their head around it. They'd be like, what? They're not dead. We was going to cause, baby, spiritually, that will require you to rank that person. And spiritually, that will require you to have faith. And these people don't even believe in the shit that they do. Oh, I could do a jar spell. You feel it's going to be effective? It's not going to be effective if you don't even believe in the fucking Orishas. I do believe in the Orish. Are you black? I'm not black. I'm not black. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican. Are you black? The moment you say you're not, that shit ain't gonna work against a black person. You realize that, right? It's gonna work against you. Oh, are you a Viking? I mean, no, we only have French and Spanish. Are you a Viking? Okay, so that Viking fucking spell work ain't gonna work on them. Are you Wiccan? Oh, we don't believe in that stuff, but you do that shit behind, so it's not going to work, right? Are you pagan? Do you believe in reincarnations? Do you believe in Archangel Michael? No, because I didn't see him. Okay, well, it's going to backfire on your ass. You're going to be a believer one way or another. So don't go run and try to do a prayer and do an incantation or a petition on something that you don't necessarily believe in. But what you do believe in is a man-made disaster to go ahead and kill somebody to feel like I'm going to get a reaction or a response out of that person. You're hurt for a moment. You suck that shit up and you keep going, because if not, you're going to fall victim to the depression, the anger, the rage, the stupidity. You're going to give the person whatever the fuck it is of response or reaction that they need to give you. You fall 50 times, you should be getting up fucking 500 more. Something about Jamora, more M-O-O-R. Is somebody gonna realize it's like you gotta have a state of the art, mental or emotional or psychological way of thinking, and if you don't, shit, you gonna fall victim to the shit every fucking time. Be stupid and survive, or you gonna go ahead and just don't know nothing and you gonna fucking die. That is the only option that you really gonna have in the situation. But if you just sitting there trying to follow along and just fall for anything, you just gonna fall for fucking everything. Any and everything. Every fucking time. Love thyself before anything, shit. If you love yourself, can't nobody make you feel insecure. Can't nobody make you doubt what it is that you thinking and you know to be true. They can delay it to make you try to believe like it ain't gonna happen, like shit. God's delay is more time for me to go ahead and process everything else. That's it. Not to sit there like, oh, we're going to make sure that they cause a cognitive dissonance or make them second guess themselves. That's the same shit they do in court of law. When you getting cross-examined, I'm going to make you second guess what you believe to be true. The moment that I can make you second guess what you already believe to be true, that's when they know they got you. So you don't believe what it, no, I said what I said. I don't have to keep repeating it. If they keep forcing you to repeating something that you already said, you can be a person on the stand. I've already said that this is how it happened. More often than not, they need you to not repeat what it is that you're saying, because when you repeat what it is that you're saying, that defeats the case already. Especially in the court of law, you just got to know how the system is made and how it's created. And if you don't know what strategies or methodologies or methods that they're using against you, you're going to lose the case every fucking time. For a case that it could be literally easy to fucking win, you're not going to win it, because guess what? You don't know which strategy or methods, but if you know the strategies and methods of what it is that they're going to use, guess what? You're not going to be able to lose. But you can also make somebody recuse themselves from the bench for biased choices. So that means the judge, you will have to switch your judge. It ain't sometimes about the lawyer, because sometimes a lawyer is very comfortable with the judge that they're working with. So if they're allowing something that you know that they shouldn't be questioning, and they keep trying to make you, if they make you repeat something more than 3 times, there's a bias situation in your court case. More often than not, people don't know that. If they got to keep asking you the same question 9 ways to get 3 type of responses, that is the way that they try to go ahead and create the space for you to not believe what it is that you're saying. At that point in time, you are facing a biased situation. It's either the lawyer or the judge. If the judge is not coming in and making them not do that, then guess what? You are in a biased situation, meaning whether you can know you can win that situation, they're going to make sure you lose. It's a guarantee every fucking time. Orientation in certain things, not always nationality, but you got to know who they work with. You got to know, are they part of particular organizations, groups, churches and stuff like that. If you do not know that, and it's basically a form of fraternization. So if your law firm and you go to this other law firm and you end up finding like you hired this lawyer, do the background search on your lawyer, do the background search on whoever going to be the prosecutor of that case at any given time. If you can see that they went to the same university, same church, democratic beliefs and shit like that, more often than not, they're supposed to be different. But if you can get proof, shit, hire a fucking private investigator if you can afford it. You find out that they are in some type of cahoots or with that judge, at that point, you already have a biased case. That's how a lot of fucking people lose their case. If you want a fair trial, shit, you gotta make sure that none of them fucking on each other, because there's a judge or a lawyer or something like that. February 18th, 4th of July, or April 4th, or something like that. 444 is sitting right here. 77, that they was having a fucking affair. 314, especially if somebody tried to play like they had an abortion or a miscarriage. It wasn't that. The baby just wasn't their husband's. You see? Someone, oh, I'm just so sad about this. No, bitch, the only reason why you fucking sad is because you know that baby wasn't going to be your husband. And your husband was sitting there trying to question, like, what the fuck is this bitch? And she was pregnant from the person. And it's like they slip up or somebody did something where they could figure out how to get true serums. Because somebody was like, oh, we do got a friend with this. They slipped their true serum. You told on your motherfucking self. Somebody told on themselves, didn't even realize they told on themselves. This shit runs very deep, especially when it comes to fucking federal type of situations. You got to know exactly what you're dealing with. And then with it, if it's a sex crime already on top of that situation and you can prove that it's a sex crime, any part of the case in that situation, you will literally have to make sure on the board that there is no biases in that situation. For somebody, they could literally been trying to pay somebody to keep quiet about this shit. Like, shh, please, I don't want this to go to the news. It's going, baby. It gotta go. Because for whatever it is, somebody wanted to cause sorrow. Somebody wanted to cause womb problems. The shit gets really bad. Contemplation to make the truth known in the legal proceedings. It happens more often than not. Whether we speak about it or whatever, but like I said, the special agents, federal bureau, if you ain't, you gonna keep pretending like we ain't found that motherfucker. We found them. Fontaine, somebody's last name could be Fontaine. Fortune. September 20th. August 20th or August 9th to August 20th. Somebody August 3rd onward. A May situation. The truth is already surfaced. Somebody wanted to call Carl. Somebody is realizing that like Hyatt, something about Hyatt, something about 7/17 or July 17. The Calvary, somebody could have known somebody from the Calvary in April or May. But the truth is already out here. The truth shall set you free. You should have said, somebody could have gave something back. Gutrid, Gwyneth, Gwen, Genevieve, Genesis, Giselle, Ganelle, all that shit. The shit will just come to the surface, okay, y'all? So be mindful.